Morning guys, another great day to be in Oklahoma. About 65 degrees this morning. Remember this come off my Camaro, and most of you know that my Camaro is at the guy that I'm doing his car's house. He's storing it there for me while I'm doing his, and then I'll give him his back and I'll bring mine back. But I had this hood hanging on the wall, and I went to pick it up by myself and it slipped and I dropped it, and it's a perfect hood until I dropped it. When I dropped it, it hit right here on this side and bent. You can see how it bent it in, so it just comes and just drops off now on that side. The rest of the hood is perfect. The only problem, and I've never tried to fix one of these, is, and you can see it, it goes all the way down there, that crease does, before it straightens up back up in here. So this is a double panel. There's a panel under here, and these are basically welded. You can see these spot welds here and here, here. So I'll have to break these seams loose, probably break that whole thing loose, I'm guessing, to try to get these separated. I don't know that there's a way that I can bend them both up at the same time. But like I said, I've never really had to try to fix something that had two panels like that. And the only way I know to do it is try to take the panels off each other to straighten them out. Is it worth it? I don't know. You can buy these hoods for about, I think about 250 bucks, and then maybe 100 bucks to ship them or something like that. So you're looking around 350 bucks ish, and that's for like a new good mark or whatever that comes in, you know, EDP primer. So, but this is a good steel cowl hood, and you know, if I can fix it, I will. But anyway, that's kind of beside the point. Also, I don't know if that probably wouldn't show up in the camera, but there's fish eyes all over this hood. And because most people are like, why would you ever strip that car? Because for 10 feet, it looks amazing. That's single stage paint. But when you get up on it, like I said, I never noticed until I started doing body work at a body shop. And you can see maybe the imperfections. You've got right here's a little fish eye. Here. I mean, they're all over the hood, literally all over it. You know, here you can see that one pretty easily. But yeah, they covered the hood, and so yeah, I just couldn't live with that after I started seeing what real paint jobs look like. Anyway, so here's my dilemma today on this one. I'm waiting for the lead and everything to come in, so you know, that'll put that on the back burner for a bit. But I thought, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get these seams straightened out, maybe weld some rod onto that and get it all, you know, taken care of. Well, here's the deal. This panel right here that we bought, I should say he bought, it's the delete plate that covers that. Well, let me take it out. Hold on a second, I'll bring you back. Alright, so here's what you've got. This is the plate. You can see the hole right here. Okay, well, that hole is important. And this is bent over, and it's probably an 1/8 inch or so, pushing that up about 1/8 of an inch probably. I'm sure they did that so it would probably fit over all this stuff and everything like that. Well, the issue is that little hole right there, it goes, that's the hole for this bolt right here. Okay, well, I worked my ass off to get this fender back to where it is right now. Had to modify this brace and everything like that. So now it's snug up against that. Well, if I pull it out another 1/8 of an inch, what's going to happen? So throw that out another 1/8 of an inch. So I've got to work on figuring out how I can get that in there nice without kicking this fender forward another 1/8 of an inch or so. So basically, that's what I'll be playing with. And maybe because there is a little bit of a gap in there, maybe they've already figured that into the equation, and maybe it'll only be like a sheet metal depth or whatever. But I'm not sure if I have to bend these down or what I'll have to do with those to get that to fit. I haven't taken this fender off to see yet, so that's kind of where I'm at. I was going to put that hood on here just to see how these gaps up front look. Of course, that won't be the hood that goes on it, but I thought I'd like to get an idea at least. But then I thought I'd probably try to fix that before I stick it on there. I think the owner's thinking about going with a cowl hood, and I really need to get that cowl hood before we start doing the front gaps, because I'll have to do the the hood gaps to fender gaps too to get them right. If they're not, hopefully they'll already be close, but you know how everything else is, it hadn't been close so far. So but anyway, that's where I'm at. Thought I'd throw up a little video. I'm going to tinker around with this and see where I end up. Like I said, I may have to go ahead and pull that front fender off and put that piece in there and then put the fender back on to see where we're at. That's just the way it is. I mean, if I was to go ahead and this is why you need to think ahead on a lot of stuff, because if I was to go ahead and do this gap and then go ahead and put that in later, I'd have been screwed. That gap would have been totally different. So you definitely got to think 2 or 3 steps ahead on these things and make sure you're not forgetting something like that, because it'll bite you in the ass. All right, guys, I'll bring you back when I get something done. See ya. All right, guys, I'm gonna work on this a little bit. You see I got my porter power up here. I got it under this area here that's bent down. Yeah, I could take the whole skin off the top of that. Call me lazy, call me smart, whatever you want to call it, but I'm gonna give this a shot first, because I'd rather do it the easy way than the hard. So I'm basically gonna take my spoon, put it in here where my crease is as it's coming down here, and try to beat this down while this is pushing up. So that's my plan. I got the big ass hammer, and we'll give her a shot. Let me set you somewhere where you can kind of watch and see what I'm doing here. And you can hear Disney playing. That's because my little girl's in here, so don't think I'm just well, maybe I'm a closet Disney fan, I don't know. All right, here we go. Slide this over. If I can put it up where you can kind of see. Bit at a time. Well, it's working. Wasn't sure if it would or not because that double panel like that. Got a little bit of a goofy spot there. And it's going to be a little bit ripply, but I'm just trying to get it back close. said, if you hit it with this hammer, you're gonna end up putting a bunch of dents in it. I'm telling you, this is the tool. My supervisor at the body shop would not let me use one of these. He hated them, and why? This is my favorite. This is one of my most favorite tools I use. I don't get it, but he didn't like them, so we didn't use them. Man, that looks a lot better. A lot better. I can live with that. A little bit of tweaking here and there, but I've got a little bit of a dent going here. But I think that's a savable hood. Man, look how thick. You gotta look how thick this paint is. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how well that'll show, but that's some thick stuff. Gonna do a fingernails underneath it. I'll pull it up some. I'm gonna guess that single stage enamel was just some pretty thick stuff. Of course, that's probably over another layer of paint too. I'm gonna guess. I'm not real sure if that had the blue underneath it or if they stripped it to bare metal. But yeah, that's some thick old stuff right there. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd take you along for that. Looks like, looks a lot better. I mean, like I said, it's still a little bit ripply, but I can work that out. Looks like I'm probably going to be able to save this hood. So, yeah, that'll save me, just that little bit of work right there will save me $350. So. I said it's a little ripply. I can still work that. I'm gonna put that back. This is gonna go back down to bare metal, and I'll work that out. Use my Sharpie like I did. Make sure I get everything nice and straight and everything. This will be good enough to I can set it on the car and kind of get an idea of my gaps anyway. All right, guys, I'll bring you back. All right, so got the hood on, and it fits really pretty good, except a few places. I'll show you. Literally the front end is just bolted on a few bolts, so it's not really cranked down, but you can see this gap here is really nice and really tiny, but it's pretty consistent all the way down. So you can see there's a gap all the way down. Okay. The front, of course, I haven't got this pushed back like it should be, or it'd be closer than that. I've just got it kind of propped up because this is just bolted on, and you can see this is running, so this is really pretty good too. If I was to push it back where it's supposed to be, it'd be like that. Here's the issue. You got a big gap here, and then it goes to nothing down there. Literally, it's touching the fender. So if that side is correct, the front is correct, then I've got an issue with my fender being out in the front a little bit and in the back just a tad. So, and I really can't move it this way anymore because that gap is already tiny. So it looks like it could be moved back just a bit. It's going to need to be moved back here some. Either that or this is going to have to be moved forward some, probably. That probably is the case there, to be moved forward like that. But so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. And Daryl, but if you're looking, thinking about this hood, this is, I'll give you an idea what this looks like on here. Hopefully you can get a good shot of the whole car. You know, if you like that look, then we need to get a hood, because I'm gonna have to get a hood before I can adjust this front end to make sure I get the gaps right and do all this welding. So I'm kind of at a standstill on that. I'll have to go ahead and just start doing body work on the other stuff and stuff like that. But I've still got the deck lid. There's lots to do, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, before I can adjust this front end, you're gonna have to figure out if you want to use that hood, which we already talked about, it's pretty jacked, or if you want to go ahead and order one of these hoods. And like I said, shipped, it's going to be right around 350 bucks, I think. The AMD hood that I saw, and I'll send you a link to that. But AMD, from what I understand, is some of the best quality you can get. And the AMD hood is like $250, and then $100 to ship it, or something like that. Anyway, so I'll have to double check. I'll send you some information, but we can get it ordered if you want. That way we can get it here and get this hood adjusted, front end adjusted right. But yeah, that kind of gives you an idea if you like the cowl hood or not, or if you'd rather stay with the flat hood. It's completely up to you. But regardless, I've got to get a hood on this thing so we can get her adjusted up right. All right, guys, that's kind of where I'm at. I set that on there. I may go ahead and do a little body work on the tail, on the truck pan, get all that straightened out, and put it back on, and we'll see what we get. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. See you.